No doubt that as you logged into Destiny 2 today, you were met with this screen. A letter from Shin Malphur, the man with the golden gun, promising a new exotic reward. And that reward is the Lumina exotic hand cannon. Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link. And today, we're going to be showing you exactly how you can get your hands on this weapon too. First things first, I do want to say if I sound a little bit weird in this video, I do apologize. I'm kind of in the midst of fighting something off. I spent a lot of my weekend screaming and talking entirely too much, and now I'm kind of paying for it. So I ask that you forgive me, and hopefully I can make it through the rest of this video. Let's go ahead and get started. Your first step is going to be finding some items left behind by Shin Malphur. The hunt for this is simple. It'll be located in the exact same camp where the Thorn questline started. This will be on the cliffs above the salt mines in the EDZ. Load into the Trosslands and follow the path that I'm taking here, and you'll find the camp with the treasure chest in the back in no time. Now, the next step is interesting. You're going to get a couple of calibration items that you'll need to utilize to find a specific chest. And here's the kicker. The location of that chest apparently changes hour by hour. During the first hour of the quest going live, the chest was located in the Sector 13 Lost Sector, which could be found in the sludge. It was actually pretty easy to locate. Just head towards the Lost Sector, and before you go in the cave, it was located in a room on the right. This one was easy to find, but it can apparently also show up in the Dreaming City, Mars, Mercury, Nessus, the Tangled Shore, and even on Titan. But seeing as how I got this done in the first hour, I only got to see the Earth chest. So I can only really show you where that chest was located. But no worries, I'm going to have a link to a Megathread with all the other chest locations for those of you who happen to get a beacon pointing somewhere other than Shaft 13. Anyways, once you've gotten this part done, you're ready to move on to the next step. You'll need to generate 250 orbs of light, which at this point in your Destiny 2 career should be easy. Without a masterwork, head to Blindwell, Escalation Protocol, the Leviathan, or the Green Room in the Whisper mission, and start farming enemies away. If you've got something like a masterworked Huckleberry, that's going to be your best friend for the next couple of hours. So get to it, you should be done before you know it. And once you've gotten those 250 orbs, the quest is going to update. You'll receive a new legendary hand cannon titled Rose. And along with it, you're going to get 3 new objectives. Now, a few of them are going to be pretty grindy, but you can actually get 2 of them done at the same time by heading into any of the game's numerous horde modes. One step is going to require that you kill 100 enemies without reloading your weapon. This is why I said you might want to whip out the Huckleberry, since that does refresh its own magazine whenever you get a kill. The next step? Complete 35 points worth of Blindwell, Black Armory Forges, or Escalation Protocol. And this step is a grind. Any way you look at it, it's probably going to take a while. If you want to get this done as fast as possible, I would definitely recommend Blindwell. Just as soon as you get to these quest steps, you can head straight to Blindwell, and then just stay in there. Run it over and over again, you'll get your 100 kills, and before too long, you should hopefully finish the 35 points. It's easy, it's just very tedious. But anyways, the final mini quest you'll need to do is complete a Nightfall with at least 50,000 points. Again, not that hard of a step. And as you complete each of these mini missions, that legendary rose in your inventory is slowly going to unlock more perks. And then once you've finished all 3, your next step will be to get activity completions while having the rose equipped. And this particular quest step kind of works out a bit like the Rat King, where having other people in your fire team equip the rose will get you more points towards the completion of this quest step. And once you've gotten here, any activity is going to get you points. You can go run Gambit, you can do PvP, you can run strikes, including the Lake of Shadows if you want to queue that up and just run it over and over again. But what I would actually recommend here is running the Menagerie. In that activity, of course, you can have 5 other people in your party. And if they're all wielding Rose, you get more than 30% completion per run. It was definitely the way to go once you get to this step. So load up normal menagerie, make sure everybody's equipped with Rose. Or if they've already completed the step, the Lumina will also work. And you should be done with this step in no time flat. Alright, we're almost there. After this, the next quest step is going to require that you generate 50 more orbs, you defeat other guardians with hand cannons, and finally, you stop an invader in Gambit before they take out anybody on your team. Now, I know, this one looks like it's really bad, but believe me, it's actually a lot easier than you might think. Contrary to the fireteam-based nature of this step, generating the 50 orbs doesn't really have to be done in PvP or Gambit. You can just load back up the Whisper mission, head back to the green room, and go farm Shadow Thrall. Do that with a masterworked weapon and you'll generate 50 orbs in no time. As for the rest, hand cannon kills in Crucible isn't going to take you too long. I was able to get that done in 2 matches. And with all the great hand cannons we have access to now, this shouldn't take you too long. And as for the invader step in Gambit, you only need to take out 1 invader. A lot of people were worried that this step was going to take forever, but it's actually not that hard at all. People are actually, at the time of this recording, kind of throwing their invasions in Gambit to help other people get things done. But basically, when someone invades you in Gambit, you're going to need to make sure you take out that invader before they have a chance to kill anyone on your team. You can whip out something like Izanagi's Burden or even the Truth, just to make the job a little bit easier. But anyways, once you've gotten that 1 invader kill, you will have finished this quest step. There's only 1 more after this. The final quest step asks that you queue into the Will of the Thousand Strike with Rose equipped and destroy shadow crystals that can be found all throughout the strike. And when I say all throughout the strike, guys, I mean these things are everywhere. You'll have to destroy 11 crystals and defeat Zal in 1 run of the strike in order to complete this step. And it's really super easy. There are more than enough crystals in the first 2 areas of this mission, the first 2 darkness zones, to get everything that you need finished, let alone all the crystals that you'll find in Zal's arena. This step is super easy. Once you've destroyed 11 crystals and defeated Zal, congratulations! You will be rewarded with the Lumina exotic hand cannon. This weapon comes with the ability Noble Rounds, where kills with this weapon leave behind remnants, just like Thorn. Absorbing a remnant converts your next hip-fired shot into an ally-seeking Noble Round and partially refills the magazine. So you kill enemies, you pick up the remnants, you'll get the Noble Rounds buff at the side. And those rounds, when you hip-fire the gun, will track onto allies, which activates this gun's intrinsic ability, Blessing of the Sky. Using a Noble Round on an ally heals them and grants both you and them a weapon damage bonus for a short duration. This ability is actually pretty good. In PvE, it's about a 35% damage buff that lasts for 10 seconds. It's about 20% over in PvP. And that's actually pretty significant. It's quite a bit better than what I was originally expecting for this gun. So basically, you head out, you ADS, you kill enemies, they'll drop remnants, you pick those remnants up. That'll give you the Noble Round buff, and then when you hip fire the gun, that shot is going to seek out other guardians. And when it hits them, it gives you and them a buff, which creates incredible support utility for this weapon, basically all across the game. I've had a little bit of time to play with the Lumina here, and really it's not bad. It's not bad as a support weapon that you can use for emergency healing and buffing. Now, the Blessing of the Sky does mix with some other buffs, stuff like Hammer Strike and whatnot, but curiously, it doesn't really seem to work with like the Well of Radiance. But that's perfectly fine since the 35% damage buff you get with this thing is absolutely worth it. And I love that it finally allows us to have kind of like a dedicated support character, a dedicated healer in Destiny. And actually I found that the biggest benefit for the Lumina comes when you pair it with a Well of Radiance Warlock, because the Noble Rounds actually trigger the Benevolent Dawn buff, which is the Warlock ability where healing or empowering your allies regenerates your grenade, melee, and rift energy. This usually requires you to charge and use a grenade to heal an ally, but it can actually just be activated with the Noble Round itself, meaning as a Warlock, you now have infinite access to Benevolent Dawn, which allows for even further healing plus greatly reduced cooldowns on your abilities. And that, Guardians, is a big dub. It means the attunement of Grace Tree for Warlocks is now a true support class. And I tell you what, I couldn't be happier. I had a lot of fun running around with this thing in the menagerie, just trying to keep everybody's health up with infinite grenades. It's a lot of fun. But anyways, there we go, Guardians. That's how you can complete the quest to get your hands on the Lumina exotic hand cannon. This quest itself isn't hard at all, but it will take you a little bit of time to get done. But if you can persevere, you too can become the new battlefield medic of destiny. But alright, Guardians, that is it for this guide video. Have you gotten the Lumina? How do you feel about it? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Now I have to get out of here before the rest of my voice just decides to disappear. There is a cup of some ginseng tea with honey singing my name right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.